Greetings and salutations!
Indeed! Hello and welcome to RPG Indie, and today we are looking at an RPG developed by WRF Studios named Bloodlust. And as you most probably can already tell, it concerns vampires. And, well, one good thing about it, it is not sparkly vampires like these horrible, horrible Twilight movies. I don't like them at all. Regardless, this is an indie RPG like just about everything else I do, and it seems to have some quite redeeming qualities that will be further unveiled when we start playing the game. Now, you might have heard, the voice acting is actually pretty decent here. You just heard that a piece of voice acting that will repeat it many times, but it's actually quite good. Now, I tend to hear that all the voice acting actually does one voice. Slightly different each time, but still it's one voice. It's interesting with female characters, I believe. Oh well. Here we have our character creation screen. We have models that we can move. A bit disappointed you can't move them in 3D spectrum, but there's nothing actually visual you can change. That really doesn't change depending on race or no, not race, but gender or class. It's a bit odd that it stands vampire. What do you think you're playing as? No. Well, here we can have female or female. I'm going to go with a male character. We have 3 classes. We are going to read the intro on them. The warrior uses strength to get the job done most of the time. They're expert in the use of melee weapons and guns. They will always use force of a magic or persuasion. So that's your standard hack and slash character. Don't introduce gameplay or anything like that. He's aligned with the clan Vangress, and he starts with a 1 level aura skill as well as the standard 1+ white skill, as well as 5+ on the strength attribute. Here we have the witch, and it is skilled in the art of magic and power. They can use charisma to fuel their talents and disciplines. They are also skillful in the way of seduction and persuasion also. Indeed, and in this game, intelligence is not intelligence. That is, it is standard intelligence concerns magic. Here it concerns identifying practices and such. We have actually seen that in some earlier RPGs. That's quite a bit back, and I don't quite remember what game I saw it in, but I have seen it. So charisma determines magical power, and might as well go to the stats here. Strength determines the weapon and item use. Dexterity determines the chance for hit. Charisma determines, Vitality determines endurance. Intelligence determines identify, hacking, and decipher. As well, and finally, at last, persuasion covers speech, prices, and bluff. So here we have the thingy there. And here we have 1+ firecraft, which is a type of spell, and 5+ charisma attribute points, and they are aligned with Dirkus. You see here. Here we have the criminal. The criminal uses dexterity for thieving and violent acts. Good with daggers and knives. They can also use stealth to stab their victims in the shadows and the dark alleys. Scanders is their aligned clan, and they have 1+ lockpick skill available, and 1+ bite skill. Dexterity is their boosted skill, and they have the Skates clan that they are aligned with. Once that is covered, I would like to. I'm going to go with a witch. There we have it. And one thing I've noticed that's a bit odd, really, is that this is actually also a roll. The reputation, so you can actually hammer these. You can see the reputation down here is completely random. Well, not completely random. It's a 10 to 20. believe. I haven't got a 20 yet, so it won't be from 10 to 19. Anyways, enough. No, I'm going to go 10. There we go. 16, that's fine. It's a bit realistic, but then again, it's a bit munchkin-y, if you know what I mean. Go a bit more on strength, perhaps. We don't really have much Magica. Magic is a good thing in this game. It is fairly decent. It is a well-developed system. I think it's entirely valid and defendable. So, we are going to name our character Volunicum, as always, because I have no ability to invent new stuff whatsoever. Oh well. Great new character. Interesting that you used the X button here. No, I already made that. Well, now it exists with an O. There we go. Loading. Move tutorial. Right. Hold right mouse button down to look around, which I can't quite mean why they have highlighted the middle mouse button, but okay. Press VS and D or arrow keys to move, which is fine. It's quite basic. The motion blur is, again, motion blur is quite good actually. The skills tutorial, dip the middle mouse button to skill last used, and right click on skill icons on quick bar to use, or you can just click then their respective numbers, which I prefer to do. Oh well, here we have an older man. We shall talk to him.
Welcome, fledgling. How's your sleep?
What?
My name is Bella. I am the caretaker here in the ruins. I can see you are a little confused, though. When you grew up under these circumstances, side effects from the bite, perhaps. You are no longer mortal, I'm afraid. Your blood has been tainted with a bite from a night feeder. Not exactly yet. Only a fledgling, but on your way. You will need to feed and grow your bloodline if you are to survive here in the ruins. You have been exiled here in the ruins, part graveyard and part ancient past. Someone obviously doesn't like you, or they are trying to teach you something. You will need to learn quick here. The creatures found here are not as friendly as me. You will need to gain experience and learn more new skills quickly. Your first skill will be to bite. You will need to drain victims to survive. Fine, suit yourself. Make sure you don't drain them dry, and they will be fine. But I warn you, you will be tempted to go back for seconds. Find the statue of the ancients. The spirits will guide your path to the exit of this dark place. Also, see Sarah. She is the only traitor here.
That was the intro. So as you can hear, the voice acting is it's fully viable. The voice acting isn't bad. I've had much worse voice acting, and I don't believe this was a professional performer, and it's actually quite good, even though it was around probably like tens of and thousands of programs to make that voice effect. It's quite good. Very pleasant. Something made sound. Yep, that's the eerie part of the atmosphere. Sounds like that up here. That was definitely quite a comforting sound. But okay. Let's get cracking on this wonderful game, shall we? As you can see, the graphics are pretty good, actually, for an indie. they are fully valid. I can see what they are, and it's the graphics are good. It's based on the Unreal Engine, and you know the Unreal games, they do generally have quite good graphics. But it also requires actually quite a bit of RAM to run. It requires 2 gigabytes, which is no problem for me, but might be for some. Oh well. Here we have our first enemy, and it's glitching out a bit. There are a few bugs. So let's attack, shall we? Firecraft. There's no animation been added in for any spells or anything just yet. There we go, the wolf's dead. Indeed. Well, I've actually received 1 skill point as we start out. And I think I'm going to use... I think I'm actually going to spend it on... yeah, I'm going to spend it on alchemy. You need some certain reputation to do that. So it's kind of tied in with quests, since you gain reputation within different guilds, or clans, which are like guilds that you need for several different things in this game. From talking to NPCs.
Hey, what's Cyrus's gang? I don't have it.
You can see that it's pretty... Well, voice acting is obviously done with the same person with those two, and effects are kind of similar, so they don't always fit, as you can hear.
A guy named Cyrus. It's a long story, but we did a job back in town. Of course, everything got screwed up. His gang chased me inside these ruins, but not before my bike ran out of gas. I can't sit.
So he just asked me to fetch a bag of jewels, which I know where is placed. So I'm going to go and fetch that right now. Now, this game is still under development. There's a demo has been released, and this is this very demo. It's pretty large though, so you definitely can get the feel as to whether or not you want to buy this. Oh. The trap exploded and got poisoned. Poison in this game, yeah, that's not a powerful poison. I just want to point that out. You know, legs, feet, wrist, finger. There we go. Right finger, though. Then shall be equipped to. Let's go and open a barrel. We got some parts, ruby ring identified, and some essence. Interesting. That's actually quite a lot. So loot in the chest is randomly generated, and oh well. Going to come to a more dangerous combat sequence quite soon, which we'll have here. And we have a symbol in level 1. Yes, can't I attack? I want to attack, damn it. Come on, just slash. We learned one thing, so I gained a rusted dagger and had some really creepy scream. There it is. You can see how this game is kind of scary now and then. And talent point added. Now I also noticed this. The plane actually detects the creatures, so it's not that scary. You're not going about completely oblivious of just about everything. You know certain things. You know creatures are, and you know what the creatures they are, and yeah. So it's not that frightening always. But as this atmosphere, it was actually done relatively well, I must say. Atmosphere is definitely quite decent. Herb. Okay, I've just leveled up. Now you can see you can go to this stat menu, and you can see this is boosted due to the ring I equipped. So that has increased a bit more Magica, and level ups are pretty generous here, must say. We have a little chest here, and a bag filled with jewels. It's a good thing, as we want jewels because we are greedy bastards. Or, more to the point, we want them to return in that guy. Down at the lower level. Oh, this is about this is pretty much how the game is. It is, it's quite entertaining. The atmosphere is decent, and it's still, as said, in really rather actually heavy development. So I recommend checking this out. This was actually quite enjoyable for me, at least. And in regards to when it is released, I believe this game is definitely worth $10, $15, $20. So it's indie games come with indie prices, and it's an indie project you should keep out for. The developer seems to be relatively engaged in developing it, and with that said, I say thank you for watching, and if you are interested in more RPG/strategy gaming content, such as previews on indie games and reviews and all the such good things, I recommend you to subscribe.